Hey everybody, Walty Wanderers, welcome to the channel. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. I got something a little different for us today. If you're new here, my name is, I was known in the motocross industry, the moto industry, as Walty. I'm an ex-amateur rider. My dad owned the local dealership in town. We grew up racing. I ended up going to work in the industry in the early 2000s with Moto Triple X, the most successful privateer team in the history of the sport, where Brian Deegan ghost rode his RM 125 off in the LA Coliseum finish line as a privateer, giving Moto Triple X their first ever win. We later on did it, and I think around 02 with Larry Ward on a YZF 250. We won Red Bud, an outdoor national. Lasted for about 10 years. We were considered the most successful privateer team in the history of the sport. So, for whatever it's worth, I'm now pretty much I'm still a moto guy on this channel. It's really just my personal channel, everything from family vacations to camping to riding my dual sport. I follow the sport very closely. I worked in the industry for many, many years. I've been on many, many racetracks and many A1s, many Vegas finales, many outdoor nationals. I've worked and met all the top riders and a lot of the industry people in the sport. So one of the things that's going on right now is because of Loretta's this year, this bike claim rule where you can buy somebody's bike for twice MSRP, and some kid, I don't want to say some kid because he deserves a shout out, I believe it's Brennen Schofield or something. I apologize if I'm getting your name wrong, but listen, I know everybody's been reporting on this, everybody from Bubba to Gypsy Tales to Vital to Cooksey to Hopper, and they're all channels I respect, watch, and have no problem with. Love all moto, and I know I'm just scratching the surface on a few, but I do want to say this as an ex-industry guy and as a businessman, as somebody who, even like I said, this channel is kind of a hodgepodge channel. I have a big channel that's geared towards economics and business. That's a revenue generating channel, so I know what it's all about in terms of YouTube. And one of the things that's going on right now with this whole fuss about how Star Racing Yamaha basically strong-armed this kid to drop his claim because there was unobtainium in the bike and factory this and factory that, very well could be true. I personally don't think, I think most people are missing the point of why this ended up as big of a deal as it did. And one of the things why it ended up such a big deal is, I'll tell you this, at Loretta's, when the kid claimed the bike, they cornered him in a room by himself and he's a minor, without his father, a parent, an adult in the room, and they called in the general, the leader of the militia, Brian Deegan. Now, Brian Deegan is one of the biggest personalities of the sport, and I will say this, as far as somebody who's been able to handle the success, he's done that very well. Speaking of businessman, he is a sharp businessman. Kerry Hart, the same thing. We see other riders that have had opportunity, like the J-Laws, that couldn't handle even the little bit of success. They have handled it very well. Deegan's kid is he's on his way to be a big star in the sport. We'll see how he does once he hits the pros. I'm still, the jury's out for me. I don't know if he's going to burn out early, what the case may be, but don't be surprised if he's already making millions of dollars. But guess what? Here's where everybody's missing the point on this one. This comes back to YouTube. The ad revenue that the Deegans make off their YouTube channel is millions and millions of dollars. They're making way more money off their YouTube channel than they are on any of his kids' contracts that he's currently getting. I would say with this contract with Star, even all his personal sponsors, endorsements, everything combined is not competing with the amount of money they're making off their YouTube. And why do I know that, you ask? I'm about to tell you. Here's why. Because when they had Brennen, and I forgot the guy's name, the AMA official. I don't know if it was AMA, he was MX Sports, Todd Potter, or whatever his name was. I don't know. It doesn't matter. He's whatever. The realities are is when they called Deegan, Star Racing Yamaha didn't show up to ask him, like, why are you doing this? Deegan did. He was afraid that it was going to tarnish his name and hurt his YouTube channel more than anything. Sure, I think this is twofold. It could be equal parts in terms of Star Racing having Unobtainium in the bike, getting in the hands of the public, but it was probably more of the situation where Deegan stepped in because he's a big influential figure in the industry, and he had a talk with this kid, and he makes, let me just tell you, the amount of money I would be willing to guess is he's probably making almost 20 million a year off of YouTube alone. It's outperforming. I can tell you one thing. His kid's contract with Star and even all the other sponsors probably isn't close to 20 million a year, but their YouTube channel absolutely is. I believe it has way over 1 million subscribers. Their views per video gets a couple 100,000 per views. That is a massive amount of money. Do the research. That is probably 10 to 20 million dollars yearly off of YouTube ad revenue. You do not want to get in between that. When you are basically now threatening to tarnish somebody's name and bring negative, he was worried that this was going to have a negative impact on their name, on their YouTube channel. They did not want this getting out. This could have blown up big. Personally, Brennen, like I've said, I've seen Hopper, and Hopper, you're a good dude. I know you're actually, I really enjoy probably your channel, Hopper, Johnny Hopper, out of a lot of the other channels, because you bring some color, and you're not perfect. You don't try to be perfect. You're just giving it to people and giving it to them straight. I appreciate that. That's what I do on my business channel. One of the things I will say, friends, one of the things like Hopper, this is it. Brennen, this is for you. When I started MotoStar, a lot of hate, and I came up in the internet age. Moto Triple X was a little before social media and the internet age. MotoStar wasn't, and I remember somebody saying, hey, somebody's on the internet talking crap about MotoStar, and I was like, really? Who are they? I gotta go find them. I was getting ready to keyboard warrior up and give them a hard time. And then I had this moment of clarity. I said, you know what? At least they're talking. And that's the reality. There's the correct term for this is any publicity is good publicity. Now, take that with a grain of salt. Like I said, personally, we've seen like the kind of publicity maybe like the J-Laws have got, not good. Not good publicity. Your name's getting out there. It's trending. It's all about what you. I recommend you continue to be a poised, cool, young kid, well-spoken. Be yourself. Don't try to turn into something. Don't get arrogant. Now, the thing is Deegans are selling a internet personality. They've created basically an internet personality, and I get it. You know, we sell it. We have to sell. We have to get views, so we sometimes have to sell it, lay it on thick, create this illusion of whatever we want to create. This is what's going on. In final thoughts, I want to come to you guys. I want to cut through the chatter and give it to you straight as an ex-industry guy. What it comes down to, in my opinion, this is bigger than Star Racing, because the Deegans are much bigger than Star Racing. So what the Deegans have done has been insane. Probably one of the most successful people, as successful as the GOAT, Dunge, you name it, Poto, you can name it. The Deegans, for not ever winning a championship, like the riders I just mentioned, they've created an empire that I would be willing to bet is equally, if not bigger, than those other guys I mentioned, because, again, YouTube. The money they're making on YouTube is bigger than Ricky's broadcasting salary, I'm willing to guess. It's bigger than Dungy's coffee company. It's bigger than Poto's t-shirt. It's bigger than any of that. It is huge. You do not want to threaten anybody that has a revenue stream that big, and I believe they felt threatened. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for all my other viewers that tune in to all my shenanigans. A little different today, but I just wanted to chime in and weigh in on this very, very hot topic. I will see you guys on the next video.